Welcome back to On the Volley, or as we like to be known, OTV. We're here today to talk about the Euro 2020 finals and the result, England versus Italy. As we all know, we lost that game. We've taken a few days, to analyse everything before we came out with our opinions, our analysis. We wanted to make sure that we didn't do it straight away while we were still disappointed. So we're going to start off with Matt. Matt?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great tournament. England have had a fantastic tournament, let's face it. We're disappointed, obviously, with the final result, losing on penalties. I mean, it's pretty much written in the stars, wasn't it, that was going to happen. But, you know, the tournament overall, I think we've seen some decent games of football. We had the Welsh lads out here, which was great fun, you know, and, I think Scotland got the result they wanted, which was not to lose to England. So as far as all nations go, I think we've all had a pretty decent tournament. Wales will be disappointed they lost 4-0 to Denmark, obviously. But yeah, I mean, obviously England reaching the final, that was more than maybe some people anticipated before the tournament, but not you, Shah.
Look, we're all entitled to our opinions, yeah? And I believe that the Welsh did well. I agree with you on that, okay? Scotland, it went pretty much how the Scottish thought it would go. And yeah, I agree with you. They didn't lose to England, so for them that was a great result. But as for England, you know, I've been following the news, okay? There are pundits that are saying, you know, Gareth Southgate has improved the team, so on and so forth. We've done well. We got to the final. I don't agree.
He has improved since 2014 and 2016, hasn't he?
Yeah, but
so he's improved on those results.
Yeah, but you've got to look at our run-up, okay, right? The teams that we had to play against. Now, personally, I believe that with the players that he has at his disposal, okay. Look, we saw the Croatia game. Yeah, it was a very disappointing game. Yes, we won 1-0. Then Scotland, 0-0. And Scotland could have won that game. And if I remember rightly on the podcast, or while we was talking, okay, right, the game against the Czech Republic, we finally saw an England team that was playing football.
Yeah, I think we...
Then they go on to Germany and we beat the old enemy, okay? But it's not the Germany of old. We played Denmark. Okay, we won, albeit on a penalty.
We had the Ukraine result in between, which was a fantastic performance. Really.
I don't count the Ukraine performance as much because I'm looking at Germany, but you're absolutely right.
No, they were soft opposition in comparison. To what Italy were playing at that time. Yeah.
But to be totally honest, probably our best performance. I don't know, maybe Germany was, but look. Italy were scared of England. They're scared of the talent that we have. And I think we missed our best opportunity in 55 years to finally win a trophy. He played defensively. I mean, look, how many defensive players did he have, Matt?
I believe he had 7, not including the goalkeeper. So, I mean, defensive-minded players. I mean, they weren't playing just defensively, but they were definitely defensive-minded players.
How many shots on goal did Harry Kane have?
Yeah, I think limited to 0.
Did we play to his strengths?
No, and we saw Harry Kane coming very deep to retrieve the ball, sort of chasing down on the wing at one point. Just exhausting himself out.
It's a defensive mentality.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was looking for the ball because he wasn't seeing any of it, and I think, that is probably the biggest flaw in Gareth Southgate's management style, which is when he's feeling a little bit, it's a tight game, he does go extremely conservative.
Gareth Southgate, I'm sorry to say, bottled it. Yeah. Italy was scared of the talent that we have. Gareth Southgate should have played a 4-2-3-1 formation, with in defence, Kyle Walker, Maguire, Stones, Luke Shaw.
He didn't seem to trust that back four, though, did he? He didn't ever seem to trust that back four.
No, but the back four was fucking solid, okay? It was solid. And then you put Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips in front of the back four. And then you have Sterling on the wing. I would have put Grealish in the middle, okay? And Saka or Jadon Sancho on the other wing. And Harry Kane up front.
Yeah, I think if you'd seen what Grealish had to do with more than the minutes he had, basically, he had 21 minutes, 22 minutes in the game. I think that's like... just wait for him to go.
No. We got one of the classic Mozzarina's game.
But no, I think Grealish had like 20 odd minutes. You know what I mean? It's not enough for a player of that sort of like ilk. And actually, you saw England improve when he came on because they had more of the kind of like hold up play that they needed to get out of their defensive mentality.
Look. Let's be honest. Southgate bottled it.
Yeah, we agreed on that.
We did in a previous podcast question Southgate as a manager. Then when he won against the Czech Republic and Germany and Ukraine, okay, right, we started believing. Then what did he do in the final? He reverted back to the formation which he played.
He played against Germany, essentially. He essentially played against Germany, which was, again, he's under pressure.
Yeah, but
he thinks that's going to be a tight game.
Germany. Italy and Germany.
No, they're better than Germany, obviously, and now they're European champions. So,
but they have an aging back four. They were scared of us attacking them down the wings.
They're not even back two. I mean, the left back and right back aren't that old. I mean, they're in the mid-20s. Well, the back two, 34 and 36, Chiellini and Bonucci. And
that makes a massive difference.
Yeah. Well, you saw it, Chiellini, when he went like this on Saka,
exactly.
It's because he didn't have the pace to catch him. He
did not trouble them, and we missed a great opportunity. Now, there's not much more we can say on that. That's my opinion, okay, right? You've turned around and said, well, they've got us to the final, we've improved, great achievement. I wouldn't turn around and say it was a great achievement. I'd say if we'd won like we should have done, that would have been a great achievement. But that's my point of view. You got yours. I respect yours.
No, okay, I think usually we'd have gone out quarter-final stage, semi-final stage, semi-final stage only twice in my lifetime, and quarter-final stage a fair few times, and actually second round a few times as well. So, in terms of expectations from an England team, yes, they have been raised. Rightly so, because of the talent we've got.
This is the best England team we've had.
I think it's in my lifetime. In my lifetime, I would say, definitely.
And that's what I'm talking about. And it is a wasted opportunity. Then what does he go and do? Wait, and he goes, okay. Then he goes and bring on Sancho and Rashford with 2 minutes to go. They did not have a touch of the ball. And then they had to go.
They've not had many minutes, have they, in this tournament? They've not had many minutes in the tournament.
Yeah, and then you go and put them on to take a penalty
in the most pressure situation.
Exactly. And you put Bukayo Saka, 19 years old,
fifth penalty taker.
Fifth penalty taker. Now I don't care what he says. In training, they've been putting the ball in the back of the net. Training. And being in an environment with 60,000, however many thousand spectators there are, with the whole weight of the nation on your shoulders after 55 years without a trophy.
Yeah. A 19, 21-year-old and a 23-year-old.
You're asking too much.
Yeah.
You're asking too much.
I agree.
What was going through his mind?
He should never have got there, because if he'd been more positive in these team
exactly.
selection, at the start of the match, I don't think Italy would have had their foothold in the game that they got. And really, they played the better game, actually, overall. And that's because we gave them that foothold. If we hadn't given that foothold, I think we would have won 3-0, 4-0, which we predicted.
I honestly believe we should have won 3-0, 4-0.
We gave that prediction before we saw the team sheet.
Exactly.
Yeah, we thought we were going to play like we did against Denmark, like we did against the Ukraine.
I thought he was going to play 4-2-3-1 formation, which would have been the right thing to do, attack them.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He bottled it. I'm sorry, okay, right? But if Gareth Southgate is going to lead us into the World Cup, okay, we don't have a chance in hell. Now, I like Gareth Southgate. I think he's a lovely guy.
I think he's a gentleman, and I think he's
absolutely.
He's done wonders for bringing that team together.
Yeah,
But I think
tactically speaking,
I think he's bottled it. You know, he's got no balls on it when it comes to the big decisions in terms of selection against the best teams in the world. Sometimes you've just got to play to your strengths, and in a way, we play to our weakness, which is defence, which I kind of mentioned before, which is where I was worried about England. I wasn't worried about their attack, but we're not playing to our strength, which is attack.
thank you. What I want to say, okay, right? I think every single English player that went out there, okay, can hold their heads up high because they gave everything, okay, right? Enough respect to all the players, every single one of you.
Behave like lions.
Problem is,
behave like lions.
Yeah.
They gave the name to the badge.
The problem wasn't the players. The problem was the formation and the tactics.
So they can only play with the teammates who were put on around them, and I think we lost a little bit of our potential by the team selections. Well, I mean, going on, because you are talking about the World Cup, and that is next year, albeit in November next year. Gareth Southgate has said he wants to take a pause to consider his future. Does he want to continue? He's had a World Cup. We got to a semi-final.
He shouldn't continue.
I think he got quite lucky both times, actually, with the teams we played en route to those achievements.
Well, that's what I said to you before. That's what I said before.
Our poor Germany team, and Ukraine, not expected to go as far as it did. Denmark, again, not expected. If you were going to say, oh, you're going to have a semi-final against Denmark before the tournament, everyone would have taken it.
Yes.
You're biting your hands off for that one.
Yeah.
And you look at Italy's route, and that was exceptionally hard. And in the World Cup, you're more likely to have Italy's route than you are to do what England have had in this Euros and the last World Cup as well.
You're going to have a lot more stronger teams. Yeah. Brazil, Argentina.
I think Germany will be a strength again. I think the Netherlands will be a strength again. They're both getting rid of their managers.
And France.
Yeah. And France as well. Yeah, France will be there. Well, if they can manage all those egos, they'll be around, no doubt. But this England team is a young team, so we should make the most of it while it is still a young team. We don't want to be relying on Harry Kane when he's 33 years old to win us a trophy.
Let me ask you a question.
That would be essentially the next World Cup after this.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah, why put Harry Kane on the field if you're not going to play to his strengths? Why put a world-class striker on the field if you're not going to play to his strengths?
I think that again goes down to strength of management because, no manager in the right mind is going to take Harry Kane off the pitch because he's a world-class striker.
But you're not playing to his strengths.
But if you're not playing to his strengths, then yes, and he is having to come back deep. And he's not showing the discipline to stay up front, or he's not being told to have the discipline to stay up front. Then again, I think that's doing him a disservice. It's doing England a disservice.
We don't know what he's been told to do.
No, we don't. But we did see him coming back into his own half.
Yeah. Okay.
And we also saw Chiellini coming into England's half, which shows how defensive England were. This guy never comes out. He never ever does that. In his entire career, he's probably never been past the halfway line. But against England, he felt he could do because we had so many defensive players on the pitch.
England coming to the game scared of us. They left the game laughing at us. All my Italian friends were scared of England.
Yeah, there was quite a lot of being made love to in a certain area. Comments that I got on Facebook. Not quite putting those terms, but
I had an Italian friend of mine, the son of a friend of mine, lives in the same building. He actually drew a photo, a sketch, kind of beautiful, with Harry Kane holding the trophy before the game this is, and behind he said, "Congratulations, England." Because they thought we were going to win.
I think most people did, didn't they? Yeah, most people did, but then if you're not gonna go at a team and try and attack them, try and push them back and play to your strengths, and then let them play to their strengths, I'm afraid there's only going to be one outcome. And when it went to penalties, there was only going to be one outcome.
Look,
without a doubt, England are the worst team in the world at taking penalties. Let's face it.
Look, no disrespect to Gareth Southgate. I really, I think he's a lovely person. Okay, saw the earth. Okay, I love him as a guy. But as a manager, I don't think he has a clue. Okay, number one. And his managerial experience was relegating Middlesbrough. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's right. That's right. It's his. He's top
So-
top level experience. Yeah, I
So
mean,
where's his credentials?
he's done coaching. He's obviously come through the FA system in terms of coaching.
Yeah, but where
and
are
he
his
is a bit.
credentials?
Yeah, his credentials are. He's a bit of a yes man for the FA. I think that's what they want. They want their man in there. They can dictate to him a little bit. They don't like that confrontational stuff that they had with previous managers who were a bit stronger, maybe in character, who in terms of charisma and sort of like, who have challenged them and challenged their management of the whole football system. So yeah, I mean, I think that is unfortunately where Southgate sits at the moment. But you know, we are likely to end up with Southgate for the next World Cup. It's not. He's actually said he's going to take a bit of a pause before he makes that decision.
Yeah, but the FA want him.
And the FA definitely aren't going to push him. It's definitely going to be Southgate's decision whether he's manager or not. Let's hope he learns. Some managers do learn from their mistakes. When they play a big final, they lose it. They realise that they did go in there a little bit too negative, maybe, or they went in with the wrong formation, whatever. And let's hope he learns from that mistake. And then in Qatar next year,
Look,
we have an England team that uses its strengths rather than going into its shell.
listen, I'm sorry. Okay, right, but okay, there are two options here. Or Gareth Southgate completely changes his attitude, okay, his formation, and he uses the players, the talent that he has, okay, and realizes they can actually go for it, okay, that England are the team to be feared, or he'll bottle it again and go on the defensive, and we will get nowhere in the World Cup, okay? So, if he's going to change, then yeah, maybe, but me personally, if I was Gareth Southgate, I'd say, look, you know what? It's too big for me.
Oh, he said
he doesn't think that. He doesn't think that because he's got them to the semis. He's got them to the finals. I think he actually believes that he's improved the team without looking.
Well, he's been the most successful manager since Al Fransby. So,
yeah, look at who they've played. Look at who they've played.
No, I know, but I mean,
you
can play what's in front of you, can't you? But you know, he has been. I mean, sometimes we've got to be out to Iceland in the last year.
He screwed up the penalty. He screwed up the penalty.
I mean, to be honest, it should never have got that far. So I'm not gonna criticise him over the penalties. That's just one.
No, I'm sorry. I don't agree with you.
One element at the end of the game which should not have got to.
Matt, we got there though. Would you have put Sancho and Rashford 2 minutes from the end of time onto the field just to take penalties and they haven't touched the ball?
Well, Sterling's not got a great penalty record. Henderson's not got a great penalty record. He did put Harry Kane up first, maybe to give us a little bit of impetus going.
Then put Harry Maguire last, or vice versa.
Well, Harry Maguire's penalty was actually the best penalty, which surprised me. But I mean, John Stones, I don't think he would have been a penalty taker, would he? Kyle Walker.
Grealish was ready to take one.
Grealish apparently was stepping up, ready to take one. For whatever reason, he didn't choose him. But you know.
But wouldn't you have asked the players who's confident, who feels it, rather than deciding?
I think they've done that in the past.
What you do, so rather than deciding on what you do in training, I don't remember, is a completely different environment.
Well, maybe he scored, but actually, when Gareth Southgate missed his penalty in '96, the other person who took the penalty was David Batty, wasn't it? And David Batty put his hand up and said, "I'll take the penalty."
Yeah.
And you know, maybe Southgate thought, "Well, let's not do it that way." Because that way didn't work. Because I took a penalty and David Batty took a penalty. So he's maybe learned a little bit from that mistake as well. So
I don't know. I don't agree with that.
What do other teams do? What do other teams do? I think they have their penalty takers set out before they go to penalties. I don't think they make the decision at the last minute.
I wouldn't put a player on 2 minutes, before the end of the game.
But they knew they were going on to take penalties.
But you've got you're cold, you're young. And you have the whole weight of the nation on your shoulders. That's all I'm saying.
Definitely too much on Saka, taking that last penalty, knowing if he missed, that was it.
And Rashford and Sancho. I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, Rashford a little less so, because Rashford's actually had a bit more experience, Sancho's, again, a young lad, a really young lad. Rashford's played for United for years now. He's and he's taken penalties for United. So it's not like he's an inexperienced penalty taker.
No, but it was a completely different situation.
Well, he hasn't had that many minutes, so fair play to him to actually still go on and take one. You know, absolutely.
But I believe it was just too much pressure for the youngsters. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
But look, how do you see us doing in the World Cup? And we're not going to go into it just now.
Well, we're assuming Southgate's going to be the manager.
Oh, he's definitely going to be.
We don't know what the draw is at all, so I mean, it's really difficult to say.
If Southgate's the manager, how do you think we'll do?
Well, I mean, I think we'll qualify. That's for sure. Looking at, we've already played 3 games in the World Cup qualifiers, and
how are we doing the World Cup with Southgate as the manager?
Well, first you've got to get there, haven't you? So that's what I'm going through first.
Okay.
So first, I think we're going to get there. Obviously, depending on the group, it's the World Cup, and it's only the top 2 teams go through. So we should end up in a reasonable group because our FIFA coefficient is pretty high. But you know, still, Germany, France, and Portugal end up in the same group in this Euros.
Will we finish? Will we arrive to the finals?
To the finals, yes. To the final or the finals
of the World Cup.
The final of the World Cup.
Yeah.
No. I don't think there's any chance of that.
I don't think there's any chance of that.
No.
So
I think probably.
That's all
I think the way we play at the moment. I think second round of quarter final. Really, realistically, I would say second round of quarter final.
All right, so we're not going to get anywhere, okay? No. And we need to win something finally, at least in our lifetime. Look, I think we can finish on that. Okay, I think the bottom line is Southgate, excellent guy, stand-up guy, love him. I just don't think he's the right manager, and I think we both agree on that.
No, obviously what's come out since the last penalty kick was taken. And how he stood by his players, and how he's backed them up.
And he's a great guy.
And looked after them,
And he took the responsibility. So
he's what guy in that respect.
Absolutely.
What we're talking about is trying to win football matches. We're not talking about We're not talking about the strength of character he has in terms of an individual that he is.
Yeah.
It's more about is how he is as a manager of the national team.
Look,
no criticism whatsoever otherwise than that. Yeah.
Bottom line, I think me and Matt would both agree on this. Unfortunately, keeper couldn't be here today,
He's on his holes, isn't he?
No, he was working tonight, but he's off on his holidays.
Tomorrow, yeah. Sorry, he's old tomorrow, yeah.
Where's he off to?
I think Barbados, isn't he, with Boris Johnson.
Barbados with Boris Johnson. All right, so
that's what he told me.
Well, look out. Okay, I think keeper might be doing a video clip on YouTube with Boris.
And we're not sending this to edit, are we?
No, you edit it. Yeah, the bottom line is right. We're proud of the players. We think the players gave everything they could. We question the tactics and the formation of Gareth Southgate. Okay, we can be proud to be English, and we are proud to be English. Even though I was the only one that out of us two that said out of the 3 of us that said England will get to the final. And with that, I think we can say thank you very much. We are on holiday now, yeah. We're going
to take a brief break.
How long?
Recharge our batteries. Well, the Premier League season starts in mid-August, doesn't it? So not too long, because obviously, that's really what we started this to do. Really, where the Euros just sort of like came at that time when we started to do it. We'll be back after a couple of weeks break.
Yeah, we may do
do more individual sort of like we did
the
yesterday.
Transfers of our teams, so on and so forth.
Yeah, but when we can all be back together again, we'll be back together again to discuss the Premier League and
absolutely, and doing our prognosis. You have to have a league table for next season, okay. On our, just a league.
On the results. On the results.
Yeah,
on the
something
results.
simple.
Yeah,
something simple. Okay.
No, we're not going as complicated as last time because you won.
Okay. With that, right. We'd like to thank you for watching us. We'd like to thank the Finnegan's Pub who are hosting us tonight. And all I have to say is, please put your comments underneath, like and subscribe. I'm out.
Yeah, have a great summer. Have a great summer holiday. Those of you who are able to get away, and yeah, we'll see you in August for the start of the Premier League. Football just never stops.
Never.
Thankfully.